Picture this. It's payday. That notification hits your phone. Your paycheck just landed. And for about 30 seconds, you feel great. But then you open your banking app, you start moving money around, rent, groceries, car payment, utilities, subscriptions. And suddenly that paycheck that felt decent 2 seconds ago looks a lot smaller. And the worst part, you're not spending more than before. You're not being reckless. You're not buying things you don't need. But somehow, every single year, your money feels like it stretches just a little bit less. So you start wondering, am I doing something wrong? Or is something happening that nobody is actually explaining to me? Here's the truth. Your paycheck probably is smaller, not in the number on the screen, but in what it can actually buy you. And understanding why this happens, and more importantly, what to do about it, is one of the most important financial lessons most people never get taught. My name's Darshan. If you've ever felt like your income isn't keeping up with your life, hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, because today we're breaking down exactly why your paycheck keeps losing power and the exact steps to fight back. Let's start with something most people have heard of, but very few people actually understand: inflation. Now, before your eyes glaze over, stay with me. Because this isn't an economics lecture, this is about your money specifically. Here's what inflation actually means for you. Every year, the cost of everyday things quietly goes up. Groceries, rent, gas, insurance, healthcare. Not dramatically overnight, just slowly, consistently, silently. And here's the problem. If your paycheck doesn't grow at the same rate, you're technically earning less every single year, even if the number stays exactly the same. Let's look at the math. The average US inflation rate over the last decade has hovered around 3% per year. So if you earned $50,000 5 years ago and your salary hasn't moved, your paycheck today has the purchasing power of roughly $43,000 in today's dollars. That's nearly $7,000 in lost value, without anyone touching your account, without a single bad decision on your part, just time passing. And this is where it gets really interesting, because inflation is only half the problem. The other half is something psychologists call lifestyle creep, and this one is sneaky. As people earn more over time, their spending quietly expands to match it. You upgrade your apartment, you eat out a little more, you add a few subscriptions, nothing dramatic, nothing that feels irresponsible. But slowly, your expenses rise in lockstep with your income. So even when your paycheck does grow, you never actually feel it. Here's the brutal truth most people don't want to hear. You can get 5 raises in 5 years and still feel broke. Because if your spending grows every time your income grows, you're running on a treadmill that keeps speeding up. But here's the thing. This isn't about blaming yourself. Your brain is literally wired for this. Psychologists call it hedonic adaptation. You get something better. It feels great for a while, then it becomes normal, and suddenly you need the next upgrade. It's not weakness. It's human nature, but understanding it gives you the power to work around it. So what do you actually do about it? Let's walk through the steps. Step 1. Measure the real value of your income. Stop looking at your paycheck as just a number. Start tracking what it actually buys. Compare your grocery bills from 2 years ago to today. Look at your rent increase. Check your insurance premiums. When you see the gap clearly, it stops feeling vague and starts feeling like something you can actually solve. Step 2. Make sure your income is growing faster than inflation. This sounds obvious, but most people never actually do it strategically. The average annual raise in corporate America sits around 3%, which means if inflation is running at the same rate, your raise is basically doing nothing. You're staying still. So the goal isn't just getting a raise, the goal is getting a raise that actually outpaces inflation. That might mean negotiating harder, building new skills, switching jobs strategically, or building additional income streams outside your main job. Step 3. Intercept lifestyle creep before it happens. Here's a simple rule that works. Every time your income increases, automatically redirect at least half of that increase before you ever see it. Set up an automatic transfer to savings or investments the same day your new pay rate kicks in. What your eyes don't see, your spending habits can't touch. Step 4. Make your money grow faster than inflation works against you. This is where investing enters the picture. Keeping money in a standard savings account earning 0.5% while inflation runs at 3% means your savings are quietly losing value every single year. But historically, broad market investments have returned around 8 to 10% annually on average over long periods. That's not just keeping up with inflation, that's actually building real wealth in spite of it. Now here's what most people don't realize. Fighting inflation isn't just about spending less. It's about making sure every dollar you own is working hard enough to beat it. Sitting still financially is actually moving backward. Let me give you a quick analogy. Imagine you're walking up a down escalator. If you stand still, you slide backward. If you walk at the same speed as the escalator, you stay in place. Only if you walk faster than the escalator are you actually making progress. Inflation is that escalator, and your income, savings, and investments are your walking speed. So here's the simple roadmap. First, measure what your income actually buys today versus 2 years ago. Second, grow your income faster than inflation through negotiation skills or additional streams. Third, intercept lifestyle creep by automatically saving and investing every raise before it disappears into spending. Fourth, invest consistently so your money grows faster than inflation erodes it. Because here's the truth, your paycheck feeling smaller every year isn't bad luck. It's a predictable, beatable system. And the people who understand that system don't just keep up, they pull ahead. If this video helped you understand what's actually happening to your money, make sure to hit subscribe. And I'm curious, has your income kept up with inflation over the last few years? Let me know in the comments, because the moment you stop accepting shrinking purchasing power as normal, that's when everything starts to change.